Hello, this is Carrie with Cookbook Divas. I am live today on YouTube, Facebook, and Amazon Live, where we are shopping for cookbooks, planning our meals and menus for the week. You can tell I have a little cold that hasn't gone away for weeks and weeks, so sorry about that. I might do a little coughing, but I feel good and I am ready to shop. I'm just getting my live stream ready over here on Amazon, where you can comment and chat with me and let me know if you can hear me okay. We're going live on Amazon now. So I am Carrie with Cookbook Divas. I haven't live streamed for a little bit because I caught this stupid cold before Christmas and it's still hanging in there, which is annoying. And it's kind of important to be able to talk and not cough during your live stream. Welcome to Meal Plan Monday. So, what we do in my house, and I don't know about yours, is on Sunday we eat up a bunch of leftovers from the past week or restaurants or things we've cooked. And then on Monday, we have a pretty simple dinner until we figure out the menus for the rest of the week. So it could be like a spaghetti night or soup and sandwich night. I don't worry about it too much. I'm going to start off the live stream. Since this is a shopping live stream, I receive affiliate commissions if you buy anything on it. But we're going to have a fun time looking at cookbooks and chatting about them. I wanted to mention that the microphone I'm using that's right here, catching all my coughs, is a Shure MV7 microphone. It's an upgrade from my old Logitech Blue Yeti. I love the way it sounds, and I actually have two podcasts now, which I'm not really updating with my voice sounding like junk. The Neewer ring light that I have shining on my face is on sale today, 31%, so I wanted to mention it. It's dropped it down to $109. I've owned this about 3 years, and I've knocked it over about 4 times, and it's still doing great, so I'm pretty impressed. The webcam that I'm using, before we get into the cookbooks, is a Logitech Brio 4K. Of course, in Amazon, we don't stream in 4K, but I do over on YouTube, where you can find me at Cookbook Divas. Now, I'm also using a kitchen backdrop. It's fabric, it's hanging on a photography backdrop stand. It's actually a Christmas kitchen backdrop, but I wasn't ready to say goodbye to Christmas yet. I love Christmas, and I didn't have a very good Christmas since I was cold, got a cold with this, and I couldn't spend it with family. I stayed home and watched lots of delicious Amazon Prime movies. So we're going to talk about 10 cookbooks today, and many of them just happen to be on sale. I was excited to see that when I started loading them into the shopping carousel. But I wanted to mention a couple goodies as well. This is the Twinings Winter Tea Collection. I am a tea drinker, not a coffee drinker. And as you can imagine, with this cold and my bronchitis, I have been drinking tons of hot tea all day and all night long. Of course, I start off the day with the caffeine and with the non-caffeinated. This is flavored teas. You get 3 boxes of them, 60 tea bags total. And I cannot personally drink all of these because they have cinnamon. So I got these for my guests. This one is Gingerbread Joy. This is the one I cannot drink because it has cinnamon and ginger, which I'm allergic to. But I keep that for guests, and I'm expecting. Here in Seattle, we usually get a bit of snow just in February, and the whole city shuts down because we have hills and we don't really have plows. And I live near a stormwater storage pond, so it fills with snow, and all the neighborhood kids have the day off of school and they come over to go sledding. So I usually make hot cocoa for them and tea and coffee for the adults. This is Winter Spice. And then the third one, and 2 of these have caffeine and one of them doesn't, and I can't remember which is which. I better look that up because you're going to ask. Flavored herbal tea. Okay, this is the one that's herbal. And then the gingerbread joy is black tea. And the other one is Christmas tea. And I know Christmas is over, but I don't care. These are still really fun, warming winter teas. So you get 60 tea bags in total. Now, I personally go through about 4 tea bags a day, and I use each of them twice. I just add hot water the second time. So a box of 20 tea bags only lasts me a few days because I love tea. This one I'm going to save for guests since most of these have those warming spices that I can't have. But you know what? There's worse allergies to have than ginger and cinnamon. I mean, it makes pumpkin pie really boring for me and apple pie really boring. That's okay. So that's $22.99 for 3 boxes of winter tea. The other thing I wanted to show you before we get chatting about cookbooks is this adorable gift set of Bomb Bomb's hot cocoa. I have not personally tasted any of these. It's a cute gift set with little cups that kind of look like Starbucks Frappuccino mugs, and they're different flavors: double chocolate, French vanilla, peppermint, my personal favorite, although I haven't tasted these. Toasted marshmallow, I wouldn't personally want to taste. Bleh. Caramel, yes, and salted caramel or caramel. We can pronounce it both ways. So you don't actually make the cocoa in these mini little cups. I mean, you could, but they're too small. But the cups have a little foil bag of hot cocoa mix inside them. They just look like little cups because it's cute for presentation. This gift set is $19.99 on Amazon today, and it's still hot cocoa season, so I wanted to mention it. So let's start off looking through some cookbooks. That's what we're all here for. Let me show you the cocktail book that I got myself yesterday. And as I was freaking out, going, "Oh my gosh, it's the White Lotus cocktail book. I'm so excited." My roommate was like, "What's White Lotus?" And I'm like, "Yeah, right." She's like, "What's White Lotus?" I'm like, "I go sit down." And I made her go sit down. I turned on HBO Max, which you can get through Amazon, by the way. And I'm like, "You have to watch the show." So we binge watched three of the first episodes of season one. And we're getting ready. She has to catch up because season three comes out in May, I think. So this is the White Lotus official cocktail collection. It's not a cookbook, but it has cocktail recipes inspired by the show. And season one is set in Hawaii. I'm going to back off a little bit from the ring light so you can see these gorgeous cocktail pictures inspired by the show and by Hawaii. They teach you to make your own lemongrass syrup, should you want to, your own lychee syrup, ginger syrup, etc. So the chapters I should probably chat about, they all have delicious names like tropical elixirs, sunset sips, poolside pleasures, island infusions, botanical bliss, and mocktail escapes. So let's grab one. Paradise margarita. Now, what makes this different from a regular margarita? I don't know. Let's find out. Uh, the font is kind of small, and I didn't put my reading glasses on. Pineapple infused tequila. Cointreau, of course. Mango juice. Okay, that's what makes it different from a regular margarita. And up here it says makes one drink, so you can kind of use that as a guideline. Mango Thai teeny. Gorgeous, especially this time of year. I just want something bright and vibrant. A full moon margarita with edible flowers on top. A frozen mango pina colada. Hibiscus rum punch. Let me know if you have any questions about this cocktail book. This one's called Life of the Party. And so that is a quick preview of the White Lotus official cocktail collection book. I'll probably flip through it again towards the end of this live stream. Speaking of which, there is a little QR code right here. If you are watching on a TV or your computer, you can scan that QR code with your phone to go to my shopping list over on Amazon, where I'm an influencer. You can also, while you're watching it on your phone, you can screenshot it and press down and get to it's too hard. So next, I wanted to show you the incredible, beautiful, official Bridgerton cookbook. Oh, I forgot to put this one in my carousel. We'll talk about it anyway. This one is 50% off today. I was shocked when I saw that. Like, what? It just barely came out. How is this $17.50? For those of you that like hardback copies, like I do, because I want to hold it and look through it. This is the official Bridgerton cookbook. And it's by a cookbook author that has done other amazing cookbooks too. Gorgeous photographs, but of course also pictures of the costumes and the sets and the characters. But actual recipes you would actually want to make because they look really good. And I love throwing tea parties, and I'm actually sad I was going to throw one next Sunday, like 5 days from today. I don't sound like I'm getting any better anytime soon, so I don't think I should be hosting. And we have a very challenging 8-month-old puppy at our house. Oh, we love him. We had a guest over last night, and he jumped on her. She's not really a dog person, and dogs seem to always know that, and that's their new favorite person that they want to go bother. So we tried putting him in his crate, and he screamed and cried. So we waited till he stopped crying and let him out. We tried to put him in the bedroom. He was screaming and crying. We're like, oh my gosh, we cannot have guests over until this dog gets more trained. Excuse me. So this is the official Bridgerton cookbook. Let's look at the chapters. Oh gosh. I would love to go to a picnic in the sun anytime soon now, but it's January. One of these days, I'm going to buy a croquembouche stand and do a live stream where I attempt to make one. And then if I fail, you guys can laugh at me and I will laugh along with you. But if I succeed, I can be like, ha ha, I did it. Here's the cast. For those of you just joining us, we're looking through the official Bridgerton cookbook, which is gorgeous. Trying to get to the chapters. Okay, contents. The first chapter is the Bridgertons and a themed menu, starting off with tatty scones. Second is the Featheringtons, and it starts off with a Salmagundi, whatever that is. Lady Danbury has her own chapter, starting off with Devils on Horseback. Then the Duke and Duchess of Hastings. They start off with impressive game pie, which I would make vegetarian with vegetarian meat. The Viscount and Viscountess Bridgerton starts off with a curry on toast. I don't know what a curry is. Like Akuri. Let me know in the comments if you know what that is. Queen Charlotte has her own chapter. It begins with a poached crawfish extravaganza. I'm going to flip through one more time to show you some of these incredible, not necessarily tea party foods alone. They're for proper meals too. I just saw a handsome actor and I almost rolled, even though I'm not a cougar. The measurements are in both. Oh, no, they are in. I was going to see if they were metric or imperial, but I see cups, tablespoons, half cup, 4 ounces. Okay, they do have some metric measurements. Oh, look, just in time for Valentine's Day. You can make true love biscuits. Cute. So this is the official Bridgerton cookbook, and it is amazingly 50% off already, even though it just came out. And I wanted to chat, and I can't believe I missed this. This is brand new. I've barely looked through this at all so far. In fact, I'm not even sure I put it on my Instagram grid yet. It's Sofra, Lebanese Recipes to Share. And I might take a second, if you can bear with me, and try to add this to my shopping carousel. Let's see if I can figure out how to do that really quick. Cookbook Divas. Okay, Sofra cookbook. I like Lebanese cuisine, and I can easily edit it to become vegetarian. For me, Sofra cookbook. Is it on sale? It is not. It came out September 3. Okay, well, not everything can be on sale, no problem. Okay, I'm going to add it to my list, which you can click on the QR code above to see my shopping list for this particular live stream. By the way, I have to mention there's a new Betty Crocker X Bridgerton set of cake mixes and dessert mixes coming out very soon. There's a listing for them on Amazon right now, but they're kind of sold out or not available yet at the moment. I'm very excited because I am a lazy baker. And sometimes I just want to bake something and not have to measure. So I'm very excited about it. And I will probably I'm not sure I'm going to do a kitchen live stream, but I will probably talk about them on some future live stream. Okay, we have this in the carousel so that you can click on it and check it out more easily. Edit. Where is it? Add item. Yep. I'm very excited to chat about this cookbook. Oh, here it is. There it is. Add to stream. Yay. It is Lebanese Recipes to Share. I love the end paper. Pretty color. Oh, it starts off with a bowl of lemons. How pretty is that? Now this is going to be all the way down at the end, so I need to grab it. Now, I have a problem in that my boyfriend kind of has a Midwestern palate, and he doesn't like a lot of ethnic or international foods. So the chapters are A Village Breakfast, Breakfast in the Souk, Lamb for Eid, By the Sea, From Our Mother's Hands, Community. There's a vegetarian picnic chapter, The Neighborhood, the barbecue, and finally the dessert chapter, Bittersweet. So let's take a quick flip. There it is. Oh, gorgeous. Let's jump in and see what a couple of these recipes are. How to best use this book. They're probably going to have a pantry chapter. Yep, the Lebanese pantry. Let's jump ahead. Breakfast in the souk. The recipes are for mom's fava bean salad, which I wouldn't think of as breakfast, but that's me. Hummus topped with spiced minced lamb. Pate, which is a layered fried bread with chickpeas and yogurt. That sounds like breakfast to me. This is egg and potato breakfast salad. Oh, I've never seen a recipe quite like that. That's pretty cool. Here's the By the Sea chapter, and we're going to learn a lot about Lebanon and the culture and the food history. Along the way, we're going to see some beautiful travel and scenic photos that make me long for sunshine. We had a little bit of sunshine in Seattle today. Those of you that just joined us, we're looking through Sofra, Lebanese recipes to share. We're in the By the Sea chapter. And it doesn't say on the page what this recipe is, so I have no idea. I don't like it when cookbooks do that. It doesn't really say what it is. I'm not a fan of that. So, aha! This is called Savines Tabbouleh. Okay. So, I would prefer if they're going to have a giant picture that fills up a whole page, at the bottom of it, just say what it is. Because there's several recipes on these pages. There's 3 right here. I don't know which one that picture was of. So there's a family photo, a beautiful spread of what the recipes from this chapter would look like all set out on a table. Gorgeous. Community chapter. And this is my Tata's shish barak were shaped into half moons like your dad's ears. Okay, but where's the recipe for that? It says left and below. Let's see. There it is. Okay. What I like is they have some step-by-step photos showing their hands as they're making these foods, and that really helps a lot when I'm trying to recreate the recipe. Is that what I think it is? Is it muhamara? It is. It's roasted pepper and walnut dip. I learned to make this in a cooking class one time, and it's easier than you would think. I don't know why I thought it was so hard to mush up some peppers and walnuts. It was not. Food processors make it easy. So that is your tour of Sofra, Lebanese recipes to share. I did have a couple little criticisms of this cookbook, but it's possible to overlook them and move along. I think I better take a little hydration break. Okay. We have about 10 more cookbooks to look through tonight. If my voice holds out, if it doesn't, I'm going to give up and you'll understand. The next cookbook was a gift to me from the publisher. They were hoping I would look through it with you. I'm going to do that. This is Bento Lunchbox, brilliantly balanced lunchbox recipes, and I believe it came out just a few days ago. Remind me who the publisher is. Oh, Kyle Books. Thank you, Kyle Books. So this is by Sarah Kiopopoa, if I said that right. The chapters start off with My Story, Bento Ritual, Kitchen Tools, Sustainable, 5 Colors, 5 Elements, and then it moves on to Base Recipes, Breakfast and Sweet Bento, 15-minute Bento, Everyday Bento, and Fantasy Bento. And then down at the end, Unusual Ingredients Explained. I'll do a quick flip through so you can see the gorgeous photography. Now, I was a little disappointed in the fantasy bento because usually I look through Instagram or Pinterest or TikTok and I see people making mermaid bentos and fairies and etc. The fantasy bento here was beautiful. It wasn't literary like I thought, or I don't know. Let me see if I can find that chapter. Is this it? After the show bento tofu sandwich, I think is part of that chapter. No, I skipped ahead. Here's fantasy bento. This one is Starry Sky Bento. It's pretty, and I think we could read through this to explain why she called it that. But it doesn't look like a starry sky to me, but it looks like something I would eat right now. I see some onions. This is green matcha and shiso balls bento. Again, it's not really folklore related, so I'm a little confused. I'm going to go to a different chapter. Variety of bento and pulled king oyster mushrooms and smoky maple roasted beets. That sounds good. I used to make little bento boxes for my kids, but they had very limited palettes. They were foster kids. So I couldn't use a lot of pretty veggies, but they liked having a little box with little compartments in it and different little flavors and foods that didn't touch each other. So this is Beautiful Balanced Bento. This is Summer Fruits Bento. That is gorgeous. This is Mixed Blessings Onigiri Bento. And a lot of the bento cookbooks that I have giant, like 10 different compartments, and mostly of these seem to have 1, 2, or just 3, which is perfect. We don't need to have tons of lunch with us at work or school. This is a Umami Bomb Onigirazu and DIY Instant Miso Soup. And I need to get better at making my own miso soup. This is Purple and Green Quick Pickle Bento. Beautiful. The measurements are in both metric and imperial. Good to know. So this is Bento Lunchbox, Brilliantly Balanced Lunchbox Recipes. And it came out, let me click on it and see, because I can't remember when this came out, but I feel like it was January 7th, over here in the US at least. Yes, January 7th. And the author, let's see what else she has come out with. Is this her first cookbook? No, she also wrote Vegan London and Bento Power, and I have a copy of Bento Power somewhere in the house too. Okay, good to know. All right. Let's put this down now that I've covered it. The next cookbook is Simply Jamie by, of course, Jamie Oliver. It's his newest cookbook. Everyone was freaking out when it came out, in a good way, of course. This one came out back in January 7 also. Now, did I get this? Flatiron Books. I believe they sent this to me as well. So thank you, Flatiron Books. I appreciate that. It's kind of hard for me to remember which ones were gifted, which I have to disclose, and which cookbooks I just ran to this bookstore to grab or bought on Amazon myself, etc. This one is 30% off already. Woohoo! It is, Jamie has simple recipes, quick and easy to get you in and get you cooking. The recipes could include jarred pepper pasta, batched up bolognese, a smash burger, spicy paneer, and veg squash bake. Let's take a look at the chapters, and let me flip through really quick to give you a little preview of this one. And this is the American edition of the book, so all the recipes are in imperial cups, pounds, teaspoons, etc. Oh, this is gorgeously photographed, as it would be. It's a Jamie cookbook. Okay, photography by David Loftus, who always does an amazing job. And Flatiron Books is the publisher, dedicated to Bill Granger. Rest in peace. A shining light in the culinary world. Okay, this is why we use this cookbook for Meal Plan Monday. The very first chapter is midweek meals. Then there's weekend wins, one pan dinners, my personal favorite, less cleanup, pantry love, and delicious desserts. Kitchen notes at the back. I'm here to remind you that you can make cooking work for you. Thank you for the pep talk, Jamie. Ultimately, I want this book to inspire you to cook. Okay, I will, but I happen to love going to restaurants too. Just because I own hundreds or thousands of cookbooks doesn't mean I don't like going to restaurants. Excuse me. Midweek meals. The 7 no-cook pasta sauces. I'm okay with cooking my pasta sauce, but I'm curious. Okay. Jarred pepper pasta. Nice. Black olive pasta. Beet and ricotta pasta. That's beautiful. I have some ricotta in the house right now, too. Lemon, arugula, and fava bean pasta. I like that some of these are pantry ingredients, too. 8 cool ways with salmon. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. I'm just hoping my voice will hold out through the end of the live stream. And if you are watching along, let me know where you're watching from. Are all your friends and family in LA okay? And are your friends on the East Coast making it through all this cold snap? This is a vibrant salmon, steamed and flaked. Here's the weekend wins chapter. When we have a little bit more time to cook on weekends. My weekly poached chicken. Simple poached chicken, chicken noodle broth. Smart to make that ahead for the week to keep using it. Speedy chicken curry. Oh, there's a bookmark. So you can keep your place. That's great. Bolognese stuffed peppers. Beautiful, vibrant dinner. So colorful. Versatile cornbread. We had cornbread last night. Easiest cornbread. We paired it with our chili. Dippy eggs and cornbread soldiers. That's fun, especially if you have kids. But you don't have to have kids to want to dip stuff. For those of you just joining us, we're looking through Jamie Oliver's brand new cookbook that came out here in the US on January 7 about easy meals. Mozzarella and charred veg. Mango and feta cornbread salad. Secret veg sauce. Well, it's not a secret anymore. You just published it and told us about it. Chicken eggplant Milanese. I think I have an eggplant in the house too. Roasted veg with camembert fondue. That's fun. Summery salmon. Well, summer seems so far away right now. Mediterranean lamb. Baking up beans. Okay. Pesto cannellini beans and spiced navy beans. This cookbook is 30% off today. Remember that you can scan this QR code over here if you want to shop my entire storefront and this live stream's list of products. So that is Jamie Oliver, Simply Jamie. Let me know if you have any questions about this cookbook. I'm going to set it aside to make room for the next cookbooks. This one I got from my local library, and I need to take it back tomorrow because there's people waiting for it on hold. It's Feasts of Good Fortune, and it's 75 recipes for a year of Chinese American celebrations, not just Lunar New Year, which is about to come up and happen. In fact, when is that? Let's look it up. Lunar New Year 2025. I live in Seattle, and it's a giant, giant community of happy Asians that celebrate, and it's Wednesday, January 29. Okay, that is going to be a party around here. And I'm excited to go to Seattle's the country's first Washington State's first T&T Asian market. They're in Canada. We just got our own. It took over an old Walmart, and there's been lines and craziness, and it's the largest Asian grocery store in Washington State. I kind of feel bad for our original local Asian stores, though, Yuwa Jumaya, and I'm going to still shop there, too. Feast of Good Fortune is currently 20% off. Let me flip through it. Give you an idea of what it looks like. I have not cooked anything out of this cookbook. I just picked it up at the library a couple days ago, and I've got to take it back really fast. People are waiting. So the chapters are Part 1, Connecting with Chinese Traditions, and then Lunar New Year, Lantern Festival, the Qingming Festival. I think I just mispronounced that. Xingming? Can't remember. Dragon Boat Festival, Mid-Autumn Festival, and Winter Solstice. And then part 2 is celebrating our mixed culture. So birthdays and party bites, long life noodles, or chocolate cake. And then stir fries make great holiday side dishes. Yes, they do. And then hot pot is a melting pot. I'm going to take a quick tea break to make sure my throat is going to make it through this live stream. Okay, let's look at a couple of these recipes. Steamed rice, of course. Connecting with Chinese traditions. Beautiful. I'm so glad that these publishers let me show their copyrighted photos on Amazon Live. They want you to buy the cookbook, so they're not going to bust me for showing their photography, etc. So let's look up a recipe. Pork and Chinese cabbage dumplings. I've actually made this before in a cooking class, but I asked someone else to squish up the pork for me because I'm vegetarian, and I was kind of like, ah! They also give you a recipe for vegetable pot stickers. Yay! And scallion pancakes. Moving ahead, here is Mei Li's stir-fried chicken and black sesame tangwan. And here are braised tofu with vegetables. That's actually one of my favorite meals to order at an Asian restaurant. Mini lion's head meatballs. I'm assuming that's a mushroom. And red bean zongzi. Did I see a step-by-step photo back here? Yes, I love these. These really help me try to recreate the recipe. Flaky red bean mooncakes. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through Feasts of Good Fortune. Celebrating our mixed culture is the part 2 of this cookbook. They're talking about their family, the authors. What's in a birth name? Tofu poppers with chili crisp, and this is long life noodles in broth. So that is your tour of Feasts of Good Fortune. I'm going to set it over here in my library return pile, which makes me sad. It is 20% off today here on Amazon. Next, I was surprised to see Ottolenghi Comfort on sale today too. 31% off. This came out this autumn, and I haven't cooked or baked anything out of this either. I have not been cooking or baking that much because I just don't feel that good from being sick. It is 35% off, limited time deal. And I like these cookbooks because they're very vegetarian friendly, very vegetable forward. But there's also meat in them because there's an entire chapter on roasted chicken and sheet pan dinners. So the chapters are eggs, crepes, and pancakes, soups, dips, and spreads, fritters, and other fried things. That's going to be my favorite chapter. Comfort veg, roasted chicken, a chapter on dal, stews, and curries, a chapter on noodles, rice, and tofu, pasta polenta potatoes, yum, potatoes, pies, pastry, bread, and sweet things. Let me do a flip through. Oh, this is going to be gorgeous, as always. Oh, look at these. I'm glad I ate a big late lunch before I started doing this live stream, or I would be pretty hungry right about now. Okay, let me cherry pick a couple good recipes to show you. This one is matzo ball soup. And the ingredients are shown in both imperial and metric ounces, grams, cups, grams. Perfect. Here's a family table. Let me grab another recipe. This has a bookmark. There's a recipe for sambal spiced chicken. Noodles, rice, and tofu chapter. And quite an artwork. Wow. This is green tea noodles with avocado and radish. Pasta polenta potatoes chapter. This is caramelized onion orecchiette pasta with hazelnuts and crispy sage, a nice autumn comfort food. Or winter. Stroganoff meatballs. My boyfriend would love this one. I don't know what this is, but it looks good. Here is turkey rags to riches. This is potato, fennel, and smoked salmon bake. So lots and lots and lots of comfort foods in Ottolenghi Comfort. It's 35% off today on Amazon. And you can see it in my product carousel, or you can scan my little QR code that I made over on Canva. The next cookbook we're going to look through, has the most gorgeous, gorgeous cover. It is Danube, Recipes and Stories from Eastern Europe. It just came out. It is not on sale and probably not going to be for a while. Irina Georgescu is the author. She's done other cookbooks, which I will find out about later. This is stunning. I'm very eager to just sit down and read this one cover to cover and learn about the countries and the culinary traditions and recipes. I will do that probably later tonight after I get off the live stream and drink a bunch more hot tea, possibly with some bourbon in it. Starts off beautifully. The publisher is Hardy Grant, and they do not send me cookbooks yet. Hint. So I bought this myself on Amazon. I think I pre-ordered it because I was so excited about it. So the table of contents starts off First Steps in Eastern Lands, then A Land of Millers, A Land to Share, A Land of Broths, A Land of Vegetables. I'm looking forward to that chapter. A Land of Fishermen, A Land of Shepherds, A Land of Fruit and Nuts, A Land of Delicacies. So most cookbooks start off with kind of like a pantry section. Here is a recipe for making your own polenta using cornmeal. There's going to be some gorgeous travel photos. Eastern land, First Steps on Eastern Lands. This is so beautiful. The Iron Gates and the Fig Trees in Svinita Village, I hopefully pronounced right. We're going to read about the area, see some photos. And our first recipe here is breaded cheese with tartar sauce. Yum! That sounds like something we should serve at happy hour, which at my house is 4 p.m. every day. And right after happy hour, we take a quick nap. And then we get up and start making dinner. I have a good life. So this is St. Helena Levinci? St. Helena yeasted pancakes with poppy seeds. Here is Mamaliga la Couptor, baked cornmeal with sour cream, cheese, and eggs. That sounds good. That sounds like a fantastic breakfast. Here's Altanian ash bread. This must be the Land of Millers chapter. Who doesn't love bread? This is Altanian ash bread. Okay, the recipe. This is cheese pie from Dobrogea. I might have just mispronounced that place name. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through Danube, which came out fairly recently. It's gorgeous. I'm going to jump ahead. Here's a potato and egg salad with olives for a lighter meal or a nice summer, something to bring to a potluck on a platter like that. Let me find something really good to show you. Fried pepper salad. This is fish and roasted vegetable spread. Here's the broths chapter. The intricate world of the Romanian Ciorba? Chiorba? I don't know how to say that word. I'm going to move on. Here is vitamin soup with spring onions, lettuce, and eggs. This is tatar soup with beans and wide noodles. Very beige. Look at this beautiful, I bet someone's grandmother made this, or someone's mother. Beautiful lace. Mushrooms in sour cream sauce with polenta. This looks very similar to some Russian recipes that I've seen for basically the same thing. Mushrooms and sour cream, but they wouldn't put polenta on the bottom. They'd probably put potatoes. Potato stew with cheese phyllo crust. Yes, please. Gorgeous. This is garden pea and broad bean stew with eggy bread. This is wide noodles with sauerkraut. This is burgle wheat with roasted vegetables, but I don't see a picture of it. A land of fishermen. Let's see if I can find a good fish photo. This is dill fish cakes. A land of shepherds. I'm going to guess lamb recipes. Pot roasted chicken with braised broad beans, lettuce, and wild chicory. Okay, not necessarily lamb. This is pastrami lamb chops with polenta. All right, there's a lot of polenta used along the Danube. I had no idea. A land of fruit and nuts. Here's a beautiful semolina milk souffle. Looks like raspberries. I didn't take too close of a look. And this is semolina. I don't know how to say this word. Katayif. Some kind of dessert name with cherry jam and pistachios. I love cherries. And this is strawberries with rosewater creme anglaise. So that is your tour of Danube. I'm fascinated by this cookbook. I can't wait to sit down and read it more. And I'm going to look up some of those pronunciations for words I've never heard. This is Recipes and Stories from Eastern Europe. And it is $43 on Amazon Live today. I better put this down here. Excuse me, hydration break. Next, we're going to look through a Nordic feast, which I just bought for myself, and it wasn't on sale, and now it is, of course. 24% off today on Amazon. Be sure, if you are enjoying this live stream, give me a heart over on the right. Oh, no one's left me any hearts yet. Oh, that's too bad. And you can also click the follow button so that you're notified when I go live again. I don't just talk about cookbooks. I talk a lot about toys, regular books, gifts, gourmet food, Star Wars occasionally, games, lots of children's toys, and occasionally I have online cocktail and mocktail parties and online tea parties. And sometimes we just have a morning tea and coffee chat and talk about tea and coffee that you can buy on Amazon. A Nordic Feast. Simple recipes for gatherings with family and friends. Let's see when this one came out. I feel like it's super new. This one came out. Oh, nope. It came out on my birthday last year in April 2024. Okay. Well, shows you why didn't I buy it sooner? Why didn't I buy it for my birthday? Just checking that I'm still alive. Yep. Okay. So let's look through the Nordic Feast. I'm going to flip through really quick, like this. Stunning. Love the photography. Can't believe I didn't buy this till now. The oh, it's by Prestel Publishing. All right. The chapters are Summer Barbecue, Sunday Brunch, Family Lunch, Midweek Supper, Christmas Dinner, Birthday Picnic. Here is the very first chapter. Whoa! Wow, that escalated quickly. Blackberry juice with gin and tonic. Very summery brunch for sure. Fried shrimp with blackcurrant salt. So this is a little gourmet out of my wheelhouse, and I'm not sure my boyfriend would eat a lot of the stuff in here, but we could try. Toasted sourdough bread with chanterelles and corn. Now see, mushrooms and corn, he likes those, yum. Barbecue skewers with marinated pork neck and rose hip chutney. Yeah, he would be right out. Too fancy. Beautiful tomato tart with cream cheese, salted onions, and herbs. I wouldn't have thought of salting the onions. Nice, that is gorgeous. Grilled zucchini with ricotta, hazelnuts, mint, and tarragon. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through a Nordic feast. Simple recipes for gatherings with family and friends. I'm going to jump ahead. Cold matcha and almond milk. I wouldn't have thought of matcha as Nordic. That's very Japanese. Okay. Crispy noodles with curry salt. So this is a very global flavors cookbook. Meat gyoza. Preparing the gyoza in the bamboo steamer. Yes. So this is a very modern cookbook, not traditional. Love it. Mango with fermented honey, lime, and black sesame seeds. And it seems like the Nordic countries have been on the forefront of like crazy modern cooking, coming up with all the gourmet stuff. And that they're setting trends for the whole world. Here's a family lunch. There's going to be lots of fish in a Nordic cookbook, though. Mussels with zucchini, almonds, chili, and bronze fennel. I don't know what bronze fennel is. Oh, what is this delicious looking bread? Let's go back and look. Again, I wish when you have a giant photo, they would just put a little line about what recipe it's showing. I'm assuming it's the one right before I turn the page. Buttermilk focaccia with wild herbs, mozzarella, and dulse. I have to look up what dulse is again. Radicchio with sunflower seed cream and salted gooseberries. Midweek supper chapter. We're looking through a Nordic feast. Here is a homemade ginger beer, if you have the time to make that. Veggie chickpea tagine with coconut milk and mint. More pictures of the same dish. Rhubarb mahamsa with preserved lemons, chili, and parsley. Veggie galette with herbs and parmesan. I'm a huge fan of galettes. They're very forgiving. Raita with cucumber, pickled red onions, and mint. Very global flavors in this. I love that. Oysters with horseradish vinaigrette. Crispy roast pork with bay leaves and sea salt. That is your tour of a Nordic feast. I'm going to take a little hydration break. So that book is 24% off today on Amazon. Next up is probably my favorite cookbook of 2024. Although I have not cooked or baked anything out of it, it was my favorite cookbook to look through and read through. It is Turquoise Kitchen, which doesn't mean Turkish kitchen. It's the word turquoise. Traditional and modern dough recipes for sweet and savory bakes. This is a very famous food blogger and YouTuber. He has the most relaxing baking videos to watch. It's incredible. I highly recommend them. Traditional and modern dough recipes for sweet and savory bakes. She did her own food photography. The chapters start off with basic doughs. Well, yeah, start off with the basics. Enriched doughs, quick breads and sweet doughs, unleavened doughs, and doughs from Turkey. So she is Turkish. It is a Turkish cookbook, but the name doesn't mean Turkey, it means turquoise. And there she is. Adorable. The introduction is very interesting to read. Pantry essentials that you're going to need for the cookbook. How to use the cookbook. I'm going to start off with this gorgeous khachapuri with an egg. That could be a giant, delicious breakfast dish. Roasted veggie sandwiches on ciabatta. So what I like about this cookbook is first she shows you how to make the bread. And so you're baking your own bread. And then what are you going to do with it? Just put butter on it and eat it? Well, yes. Or you can make this beautiful sandwich. And here's how to do it. And she teaches you to make your own basil pesto, not just open a jar and swipe it on the bread, although you could do that too. Bagels. I have made my own bagels before. It's fun. Basic pizza dough. And then a recipe for Neapolitan pizza that looks remarkably good. Hey, who's watching over on YouTube? Drop me a note or on Facebook. Say hello in the comments. She teaches you to make your own pitas. And I know I've told the story before on this channel. Last time I tried to make pita bread, which granted was like 7 years ago, I did something wrong. And I ended up with beautiful, puffy, fluffy dinner rolls. I was like, okay, so we ate them. And then I tried to make Parker House dinner rolls, did something wrong, didn't follow the recipes, and I ended up with pita bread. I am clearly not a baker. Ooh, this is a beautiful schiacciata? Schiacciata? I don't know how to pronounce this, but it looks really good. Here is hazelnut chocolate filled donuts. I'll have a helping of that, please. Potato buns. I would probably make these look like flatbread with my luck. I like that on the side of every page, it has a little reminder of what chapter you're in, although I personally can't read it with my ring light in my face. I think it says enriched doughs. Here's the quick breads chapter. Quick breads and short doughs. And she's giving you tips like how to line a pie plate, food processor methods, and troubleshooting your pie dough. Quick breads, biscuits, and scones. Basic pie dough with variations. Easy vanilla mascarpone ice cream. Here is a chocolate tart with caramel or raspberry sauce. How about both? I would have both. This is a vegan lemon blueberry scones. That's nice of her to toss that in there. Chocolate orange rugelach. Biscotti. Zucchini cream cheese biscuits. Spinach mushroom deep dish quiche. That looks amazing and huge. Basic pasta dough. I wouldn't have thought of that as a dough, but it obviously is. Brown butter and sage gnocchi once you've made your basic pasta dough. Chicken ramen with soy eggs, and I'm guessing that you make the ramen noodles yourself. In a recipe over here somewhere, she teaches you to make your own dumpling wrappers. So even though she is Turkish, not all the recipes in here are just Turkish recipes, it's global flavors and techniques. This is buffalo chicken rangoons. I love that. This is such a good cookbook. Fish tacos with red cabbage slaw, jalapeno sour cream sauce, and pico de gallo. So this is your brief tour of Truco's Kitchen, probably my favorite cookbook from 2024, but I haven't come out and officially posted about that. I probably should because it's hardly the new year any longer. This cookbook, I'm delighted to report, is 30% off today on Amazon. Next, this is not a cookbook, but several of you are probably going to enjoy looking through Julia Child's Kitchen. For the ultimate fans of Julia Child, it's the design, tools, stories, and legacy of an iconic space, and it is an amazing 51% off today on Amazon. It came out pretty recently this fall. We'll do a quick flip through. It is lots of reading, not just pictures, but that's okay. There's so much to talk about. And I did get to go see her kitchen in the Smithsonian about 20 years ago. I need to go back and see it again. Peering through windows, etc. You don't get to walk through it as far as I remember. So the chapters, let me get to that. Oh, here she is in her kitchen. Let me know in the comments if you're a Julia Child fan. Lots and lots of black and white photos of her in her kitchen, of course. The design, tools, stories, and legacy of an iconic space. So the chapters, introduction, the value of the real thing. Chapter 1, the kitchen needed complete rethinking. Chapter 2, this is my test kitchen as well as everything else. Chapter 3, this is certainly the soul of our house. Chapter 4, everybody should listen to the cooks. Chapter 5, welcome to my house and to my kitchen. Chapter 6, I'm absolutely delighted that the Smithsonian is taking my kitchen. And Chapter 7, if I can influence anyone. So I'm just going to jump ahead. Slow cookers, crockpot cookbook. Julia had a penchant for new kitchen equipment. Raising the bar on kitchen equipment. Here's her knives. We're really taking a deep dive into her kitchen. Going to learn so much. I'm not sure I would read this cover to cover and just sit down, but I might cherry pick a chapter here and there and really study the pans that she used. Wow. I'm sure she kept everything in excellent condition too. So there's her apron. This is exactly what you think it would be. Transforming the kitchen for TV the night before filming. Oh my, I just burned Julia Child as one of the chapters. So lots and lots of pictures. This obviously would not be of interest to anyone other than Julia Child fans or fans of historical television cookery, etc. It is on sale 51% off today on Amazon. Next, here's a book I surprised myself when I bought it because I was like, oh, yeah. I think it's going to be an important reference book. It's Forgotten Skills of Cooking. And we, as a society here in America, and I speak for lots of us, have lost a lot of skills. I wish I had spent more time when my grandmother invited me to join her in the kitchen and make strawberry freezer jam, and make pastry crust, and make fudge and divinity, and pinochle, which I didn't even like eating. But I wish I'd spent more time and watched, but I wanted to go outside and play. And I miss my grandmother. Forgotten Skills of Cooking is 10% off today on Amazon. 700 recipes showing you why the time-honored ways are the best. So the chapters are foraging, fish, game, beef, dairy, eggs, and poultry, pig, lamb, vegetables, herbs, and salad, preserving, puddings, so she must be British, I'm guessing, cakes, buns, and biscuits, which I think she means are cookies, bread, and then household tips at the back. So no photos, no illustrations, just recipe, and techniques. Old-fashioned hot-dressed crab. She said this was taught to me by father-in-law, Ivan Allen. Serves 3 to 6 as the main course, and she's giving the measurements in grams and ounces, so metric and imperial. Teaching us how to make a roux, beef cheeks with mustard fruits, clotted cream. How can I sour cream even faster? Should I use cream that's soured on its own? Tart tatin with sour cream shortcuts pastry. So she's answering questions that she imagines we're asking her, not just sharing recipes. Eggs. Free range versus organic? How can I tell whether eggs are fresh? How should I store eggs? And then she gives us recipes. Soft-boiled eggs with soda-bread soldiers, hard-boiled eggs, crispy eggs with bacon and tomato fondue, scrambled eggs. Sausages, how to fill sausages, casings for sausages, how do I make skinless sausages, Ballymaloe homemade sausages, Cumberland sausages. This is a very British book. Comfrey or nettle tea for plants, storing fruit and vegetables, herb gardens, etc. Forgotten Skills of Cooking. I probably wouldn't give this to someone as a newlywed gift because we don't know if young people that are getting married really honestly are going to be cooking or not. But This is a great gift to give yourself if you want to learn more and be more efficient in the kitchen, waste less food, etc., and learn some recipes and how to do them properly. Forgotten skills of cooking. Oh, forgot to add the winter cookbook to my carousel. Whoops. Well, we won't talk about it. This is not necessarily just a cookbook, but I picked it up because I am a giant Sound of Music fan. This is by Maria von Trapp, the Maria von Trapp. This is around the year, and apparently she was very, very, very Catholic and became even more so later on in life. So she teaches us how to celebrate all of the Catholic festivals year round. And there are, so Carnival, Lent, Passiontide, Paschaltide, like Easter, Easter Vigil, Easter Day, Pentecost, the Green Meadow, Corpus Christi, the Feast of the Sacred Heart, the Feast of Christ the King, the Feast of Mary, pilgrimages, the angels, the saints. Besides recipes, there is sheet music for songs throughout the book and some charming illustrations. I'm trying to give you a preview that you can see without my ring light washing it out. This is Songs for Carnival, Turkey in the Straw, which has some connotations nowadays. We probably wouldn't sing that anymore, and the ice cream trucks are changing that. This is the Echo Yodel from the Austrian Alps. I'm not going to try and sing it, especially with my horrible voice. Aunt Rhody. So even though she grew up in Austria and moved to America, there's a lot of American songs in here. So this is Around the Year with the Von Trapp family by the Maria von Trapp, and it is 43% off today on Amazon Live. And there are some recipes in there, but not a lot of color photos. So I'm also a wine blogger just for fun, and The Wine Lover's Kitchen was a cookbook I had to own for sure. Delicious recipes for cooking with wine. So not necessarily wine pairing, although the recipes in here do suggest, oh, you should pair this wine with this and that. The Wine Lover's Kitchen, Delicious Recipes for Cooking with Wine by Fiona Beckett. Ryland Peters and Small gifted me this copy so I could share it with you, show it to you. So thank you so much, Ryland Peters and Small. Contents: wine, the magic ingredient. 10 things you need to know about cooking with wine. Soup, salad, and appetizers. Pasta and grains. Fish and seafood. Meat and poultry. Vegetable dishes and pulses. Sauces, butters, and relishes. Sweet things and baking. So I'll quickly show you. This is a gorgeous and inspiring cookbook. Everything looks so good. Makes me want to eat. I'm just going to cherry pick some recipes to show you. Smoked duck, mandarin, and pecan salad with Pinot Noir and pomegranate dressing. Down here, what to drink with it. She says the dressing is quite intense, so choose an equally powerful New World Pinot Noir. For example, California, Oregon, Chile, or Central Otago in New Zealand. I would say Washington State has amazing Pinots that you could pair with this too, but I'm biased. White onion and bay leaf soup with raclette and toasted hazelnuts. That would be a nice wintry soup. She says what to drink. A smooth, dry white wine, such as Soave or Roero Arnis. I've never heard of either two of those. I would just do a Riesling. Summer pea and asparagus veloute. Gorgeous. She wants to drink a crisp, dry white wine such as a Chablis or an Albarino. I love Albarino. Slow-cooked ragu. This is hot buttered crab dip. Feel free to drool. This is Burgundy-style pork with white wine and mustard sauce. This is the Wine Lover's Kitchen. Pork pancetta and polpettine. Rabbit with mustard. And what to pair with it and what to drink with it. Duck casserole with red wine, cinnamon, and olives. Here's the vegetable dishes and pulses. This is Greek-style beans with mint and feta. This is steamed asparagus with Sauvignon lemon and dill sauce. Caponata and braised lentils. Chestnut, mushroom, and Madeira tarts. I love making tarts. So that is your tour of the Wine Lover's Kitchen. It is 8% off today on Amazon. Next, here's a cookbook that the publisher sent me as a gift. So they know I love entertaining and throwing parties when I'm not sick and trying not to sneeze on camera. This is Swing By, Entertaining Recipes and the New Art of Gathering by Stephanie Nass. It is massive and inspiring and so fun to look through, and I can't wait to host parties again when I get better. Ooh, this is fun. So colorful. The most entertaining and party books are arranged with the chapters like menus for parties. Let's remind me. So the publisher is Rizzoli. Thanks again for gifting me this cookbook. Dedication for anyone with joie de vivre. Seated suppers, and the menus for that are an alpine affair, a gilded feast, that sounds fancy, a pasta party, yes please, a blue and white chinoiserie dinner, standing soirees, a chic pizza party, a martini party, a fall soup party, outdoor dining, my favorite, pool party, well I don't have a pool so I'm going to skip that chapter, a lobster bake, botanical brunch, I'm going to be very curious to see what she did if there's edible flowers, a sunflower celebration, a beach bonfire, holiday parties, a festive fete, disco wonderland, that sounds fun, Galentine's Day, which I guess we should look at because Valentine's Day is coming up, and a 4th of July Jubilee. Well, we're going to jump to 210 for the Galentine's Day. Okay. Holiday parties, festive fete. There's the author. Beautiful. You can tell she has a great eye for style, but I need to get to the Galentine's Day. Poinsettia wreath, that's nice. Okay. Oh, poinsettia cookies. That's pretty. Disco Wonderland. Wow. Get to that. Where's... Oh, I see some black tie strawberries. That's not Galentine's Day, though. Here it is. Galentine's Day. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through Swing By Stephanie Nass. The menu is Cupid's Kiss cocktail. Yum. It Girl salad, steak with heart frites, and a chocolate fondue. The perfect menu. Everything's pink and pretty, as you would expect. So that's just an example. Oh, that's cute. Love letter cookies. Aw. And a 4th of July Jubilee. So I can't preview too much more of this without giving away all the secrets, but that's Swing By. And it is on sale 36% off today on Amazon. It must be cookbook sale week because a lot of these are. That's pretty incredible. We're getting down to the last cookbook in the live stream because I forgot to add, and I'm very mad at myself, a cookbook for winter. A fantastic cookbook. Well, it's available on Amazon. You just have to go to search for it. The last cookbook is big and heavy and hard to hold up. But just for you, I will do it. Whew. It's Milk Street Bakes by Christopher Kimball. It is on sale 30% off on Amazon today. It is pretty glorious. The new world of baking is what it says on the back. Whew. I'm going to need a neck massage after this one. Milk Street Bakes. And I bought this one for myself because the publisher is voracious and they do not yet send me cookbooks to look through. I'm hoping they will start. So the chapters are before you bake, and then quick breads, muffins, and more, sweet and savory breads, flatbreads, pizza plus. I see a recipe for focaccia or two. Yay, I love focaccia. Pies and puddings, loaf cakes and small cakes, cheesecakes, bundt cakes, torts, and more, cookies, bars, and brownies. And that's a very large chapter. So let me flip through, and then I'll grab some pages to stop and chat about with. Look at all the glorious stuff in here. I mean, let's get our ovens heated up and get in there and bake. This is amazing. Okay, I just saw some step-by-step photos too. This is zucchini bread with orange zest and chocolate chunks. That makes it worth having zucchini in your mouth. Step-by-step photos showing you how to make Japanese milk bread. I really appreciate that. More step-by-step photos. German-style seeded rye bread. Let me find something really good. Oh, Georgian cheese bread. This is probably the first thing I would want to bake out of this book immediately. That looks so good. From Georgia, the country, not Georgia, the state, I'm assuming. Oh, showing us how to braid a braided loaf. Very handy. Ciabatta, in case you feel like making your own, baking your own. Step-by-step photos for pretzels. Buttermilk monkey bread. Here's the flatbread chapter. The pages are kind of glossy. It's hard to show you without my ring light destroying it. These are Lamajun. It is from the Mediterranean. Well, we could tell by the name. Quick flatbreads with yogurt and whole wheat. Umbrian flatbreads with mushrooms, rosemary, and fontina. You know, I don't usually keep fontina in the house. Pizza Plus. I should probably change that. So this is the focaccia chapter. Potato and herb focaccia. Upside down pizza with onions, potatoes, and thyme. The pies and puddings chapter. A beautiful Yalapa style sweet corn pie. I've never seen a recipe for that. A lemon orange tart. Every baking book has a lemon tart recipe, but that looks good. Tarte tatin, very traditional. Loaf cakes and small cakes. Let me find a good cake to show you. How about maple whiskey pudding cakes? Or lemon almond pound cake. Just about every cookbook has a lemon pound cake recipe. Cheesecakes, bundt cakes, torts, and more. Triple creme cheesecake with guava sauce for a nice touch, a little different. French apple cake, classic. Coconut layer cake. Sorry, my camera's kind of washing that one out. And more step-by-step photos. This is a massive resource, and if you did have a newlywed or someone who just moved to a new home or new apartment on their own for the first time and they're interested in baking, super comprehensive, I would do this one. It's 30% off today, dropping it down to $31 for those of you that like the hardcover version of cookbooks. That does it for today's live stream. Thank you for sticking with me this whole time with my horrible cold. I'm going to try and get it cleared up so I can do more live streams because I love doing it and looking through books with you. Hope you'll chat with me next time. It was a little quiet tonight. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next live stream. Don't forget to follow.